Welcome back to Tech Updates. Today we are diving deep into one of the oldest and most persistent threats in cybersecurity, malware. Now, you've heard the word before: virus, ransomware, spyware. These get thrown around constantly in the news. But what actually is malware? How does it get onto your device? And more importantly, how do you stop it? By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how malware works, the major categories you need to know, how attackers use it against real people and real organizations, and the layers of defense that can protect you. Let's get into it. Malware, short for malicious software, is any program or code deliberately designed to damage, disrupt, steal from, or gain unauthorized access to a computer system. The key word there is deliberate. Malware is intentional. Someone wrote it or bought it or deployed it with a specific goal in mind. That goal might be financial, political, or just destructive. Here's what makes malware so dangerous. It doesn't announce itself. It hides. It pretends to be something legitimate, a game, a PDF, a software update, while it quietly does its damage in the background. The history of malware goes back to the 1970s. The first programs that spread from machine to machine were experiments, almost academic curiosity. But by the late 1980s and through the 1990s, malware became weaponized. And today, we're dealing with billion-dollar criminal industries built entirely around malware deployment. So let's break down the major types. The first category most people know: viruses. A virus is malware that attaches itself to a legitimate file or program. When that file gets opened, the virus activates and can replicate, spreading copies of itself to other files on the same system or to other systems on the network. Viruses need a host file. They can't spread on their own. They rely on humans to move infected files around through email attachments, USB drives, file sharing. Worms are different. A worm doesn't need a host. It's self-replicating and spreads automatically across networks by exploiting vulnerabilities in operating systems or applications. No user interaction required. The most famous worm in history, WannaCry in 2017. It exploited a Windows vulnerability called Eternal Blue, spread across 150 countries in a single weekend, and infected over 200,000 systems, including hospitals in the UK's National Health Service. Surgeries were cancelled. It was devastating. The lesson: patch your systems. Worms target known vulnerabilities with available patches. Most victims of WannaCry were running unpatched Windows 7. Next up, Trojans. Named after the Trojan horse from Greek mythology, it looks like a gift, but there's an attack hidden inside. A Trojan disguises itself as legitimate software. You download what looks like a free game, a pirated movie, a helpful utility, and hidden inside is malware. Once you run it, the malware executes. The program might even work as advertised, so you don't suspect anything. Trojans are often used as droppers. Their job is to install other malware once they're inside your system. They might open a backdoor for an attacker, install a keylogger, or deploy ransomware. Speaking of ransomware, this is the big one right now. Ransomware encrypts your files. You open your computer one morning and everything is locked. Your documents, photos, databases, all encrypted with a key only the attacker holds. Then comes the ransom note: pay us, usually in cryptocurrency, and we'll give you the decryption key. Ransomware attacks have hit hospitals, schools, pipelines, and city governments. In 2021, the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack caused fuel shortages across the US East Coast. The company paid $4.4 million in ransom, and most of it was later recovered by the FBI, but that's not usually the case. The hard truth: paying the ransom does not guarantee you'll get your files back. Not all malware wants to destroy things. Some malware wants to watch times you. Spyware silently monitors your activity. It can track websites you visit, capture screenshots, record keystrokes, access your webcam or microphone, and send all of that data back to the attacker. You have no idea it's running. Keyloggers are a specific type of spyware. They record every key you press. Imagine an attacker watching every password you type, every banking transaction, every private message. That's a keylogger. Adware is the least malicious of this group. It hijacks your browser to flood you with ads, redirect your searches, or change your homepage. It's annoying more than dangerous, but some adware packages come bundled with more serious spyware. One of the most sophisticated spyware tools ever discovered is Pegasus. Developed by the Israeli company NSO Group, Pegasus could infect iPhones and Android devices with 0 clicks. No link to click, no file to open. It exploited zero-day vulnerabilities to silently install itself. Journalists, activists, and politicians were targeted globally. This is the extreme and nation-state level spyware, but the same principles apply to the stuff targeting regular users. Two more categories that often work together in sophisticated attacks: rootkits and botnets. A rootkit is designed to hide. Its entire purpose is persistence and concealment. A rootkit buries itself deep in the operating system, sometimes in the firmware or bootloader, so that it survives, reboots, evades antivirus scans, and hides other malware running on the system. Rootkits are extremely difficult to detect and remove. Sometimes the only guaranteed fix is wiping the drive and reinstalling the OS from scratch, and even then, if the rootkit is in the firmware, it can survive. A botnet is a network of compromised computers called bots or zombies, all controlled by an attacker through a command and control server. Your computer could be part of a botnet right now and you'd never know. What do attackers do with botnets? They use them to launch DDoS attacks, flooding a target server with so much traffic it goes offline, send spam and phishing emails at massive scale, mine cryptocurrency using your CPU, and distribute other malware. The largest botnet ever recorded, Mirai, in 2016, infected hundreds of thousands of IoT devices, cameras, routers, smart TVs. It used them to take down major DNS provider Dyn, knocking Twitter, Reddit, Netflix, and Amazon offline for hours. Your security matters not just for you. Your compromised device can be used to attack others. Understanding the types of malware is only half the picture. You also need to understand how it gets in. Phishing emails are the #1 delivery method. An email that looks legitimate from your bank, from HR, from a coworker, but contains either a malicious attachment or a link to a fake site that downloads malware when you visit. Drive-by downloads happen when you simply visit a compromised website. Malicious scripts run in your browser and silently download malware, no clicks required. This is why keeping your browser and plugins updated matters. Malvertising, malicious advertising. Attackers buy ad space on legitimate websites and embed malicious code in the ads. You visit a perfectly reputable site, an ad loads, and malware gets dropped on your machine. USB drops, physical attacks. Attackers leave infected USB drives in parking lots, coffee shops, office buildings. Curiosity kills. Someone picks it up, plugs it in, and game over. Software vulnerabilities, unpatched operating systems and applications have known security holes that malware can exploit directly with no user interaction at all. This is why automatic updates exist. Use them. Supply chain attacks. Attackers compromise software before it even reaches you. The SolarWinds attack in 2020 is the prime example. Attackers inserted malware into a software update for SolarWinds Orion platform. When companies install the update from a trusted vendor, they install the malware. Approximately 18,000 organizations were affected, including multiple US government agencies. Alright, you know what malware is, you know how it gets in. Now, how do you stop it? Defense is layered. No single solution protects you. You need multiple overlapping controls. Layer 1. Keep everything updated. Most malware exploits known vulnerabilities that already have patches. Update your OS, your browser, your applications. Enable automatic updates. This single step eliminates the vast majority of attack vectors. Layer 2. Endpoint protection. Antivirus and EDR, endpoint detection and response tools monitor your system for malicious behavior. Modern solutions go beyond signature matching, identifying known malware by its code, to behavioral detection, flagging suspicious activity even from unknown threats. Layer 3. Email filtering. Since phishing is the top delivery method, robust email filtering is critical. Look for solutions that scan attachments in sandbox environments and analyze links before delivery. Layer 4. Least privilege. Don't run as an administrator unless you need to. Malware that infects a limited user account can do far less damage than malware running with admin privileges. This is especially important in enterprise environments. Layer 5. Backups. Your defense against ransomware is a good backup strategy. The 3-2-1 rule, 3 copies of your data on 2 different media types with 1 offsite. If ransomware hits, you restore from backup. Game over for the attacker. Layer 6. User awareness. Technology can only do so much. Most attacks start with a human mistake, clicking a link, opening an attachment, plugging in an unknown USB. Regular security awareness training dramatically reduces these incidents. Layer 7. Network segmentation. In enterprise environments, segment your network so that if one machine gets compromised, the malware can freely spread to everything else. Zero trust architecture takes this further. Trust nothing by default, verify everything. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Malware is an industry, a multi-billion-dollar criminal industry. Ransomware as a service, RaaS, has completely changed the landscape. Just like legitimate SaaS companies, criminal groups now offer ransomware tools on a subscription basis. You don't need to be a skilled programmer to launch a ransomware attack. You rent the tools, conduct the attack, and split the ransom with the developer. This has massively lowered the barrier to entry. The average cost of a ransomware attack on a business in 2024? Over $4.5 million, and that includes not just the ransom, but downtime, recovery, legal costs, and reputational damage. AI-powered malware is an emerging trend. Generative AI is being used to write more convincing phishing emails, generate polymorphic malware that changes its code to evade detection, and automate attack reconnaissance. IoT devices remain a massive vulnerability. Billions of smart devices, cameras, thermostats, industrial sensors are deployed with default credentials, no update mechanism, and minimal security. They're easy targets for botnet recruitment, and state-sponsored malware continues to be a significant threat. Nation-states use malware for espionage, sabotage, and influence operations. Stuxnet, Flame, Duke, Triton. These are examples of malware developed with significant government resources to achieve geopolitical objectives. The threat landscape is not getting simpler. It's getting more sophisticated, more automated, and more accessible to attackers with fewer skills. Let's bring this home. Malware is not a problem that's going away. It will evolve, it will adapt, and it will target whatever is valuable, your data, your money, your infrastructure, your privacy. But here's the empowering truth. The fundamentals of defense work. Keep your systems patched, use strong, unique passwords with a password manager, enable multi-factor authentication. Back up your data. Be skeptical of unexpected emails and links. These aren't complicated. They don't require you to be a security expert. They require you to be consistent. For organizations, invest in your people, train them, build a security culture where someone who clicks a suspicious link isn't afraid to report it. Fast reporting dramatically limits damage. That's episode 15 of Tech Updates. If this episode was useful, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. It genuinely helps more people find the show. Until next time, stay curious, stay updated, stay secure.